Hi guys, welcome back to Fat Boys RC. How are you all out in the real world? And before we start, like and subscribe to the channel. Please, I really need some help. Okay, right. So as you might have known, if you've watched any of my videos before, we're doing a bit of touring car racing down at the Medway RC Raceway. The Medway RC Raceway is going over through a major revamp just over this weekend. Should be opening up again tomorrow, and it's going to be great. I'm going to do a video on that once it's all done, and you can see how good it is. Right, so let's get started. I was very, very lucky. My Banzai actually got obliterated. My fault, rubbish driving. But anyway, shout out to Neil Cross down at Medway RC Raceway, good friend. He said, I got a touring car for you. And we didn't even know what it was at the time. And he bought me what's turned out to be a piece of RC history, if you like. It's a Team Durango DETC 410. Now, when we saw this, we thought it was going to be like sort of a knockoff off the internet, off AliExpress type thing. It turns out it wasn't. Team Durango, which disappeared around sort of 10 years ago, the guys went on to become Armour. It's actually a very well-built little touring car. So it's fully belt-driven, it's fully carbon fibre, there's loads of aluminium, and I think it's worth putting a little money into. So what we've done, or I've done, is I've decided to do a let's build a touring car kind of video. So we're going to do 3 videos. We're going to start with this one, which is going to be all about doing the body shell and what I get with it and stuff like that. Then we're going to move into the putting in the motor and the ESC, which will be a shorter video. And then we'll go on and we'll do the one where we actually drive it down at the Medway RC Raceway, do some filming of it, on touring car night, watching me lose. That should be great fun. But to start, we're going to start with the new body shell. And I'm going to show you how I paint it. I was asked how I do my effects, and people think I'm really clever with the paint. I'm not being clever with the paint. I'm a graphic designer. I got big printers. If I want something to look pretty, I can literally paint it one colour and then put some stickers on it, and it will look like a professional paint job. And that's how I do it, basically. But you're going to see that in this video. So let's start. So for this instance, we've chosen a top I really like. We went up to TJD Models. TJD Models up near Dartford. Shout out. Hello, John. Hello, Rich. How you doing? Great little model shop. Go in there. Everything you need. Right, anyway. So we went to TJD Models and we purchased with our own good money, or my son did, because it's my birthday next week. So he decided this was my present, which is great, because this is what I love, kids RC stuff. Now what we have here is one of the Schumacher Extreme Twister bodies. Now that's how your bodies come. Most of you guys are already in the RC world, know that's how your bodies come. People who aren't in the RC world, just getting into it, will probably think, why isn't it cut out? Now here's your number one tip. If you're going to get a new body, there is something you must invest in. That is shears for trimming the body out, which are these scissors. You get one pair there that are straight, as you can see, they've got a straight blade on them, and one pair there, they've got a curved blade on them. And it's quite a good question if you go into an RC club and you say this, someone says, do you use curved scissors when you cut your top out? About 10 people go, yes, because people do. It makes it a hell of a lot easier. So if you're new to it, get yourself some of these scissors. They're literally like £3-4 a pair, and you can cut around the wheel arches and things like that. So right, that being said, we need to cut the shell out. So I'm going to start cutting the shell out. I'll speed that bit up. Right, so So that there is the basics of the shell. The skirt is cut out, okay? So we do that first. I like to leave the little wheel discs in at the moment, so I can get my body shell, place it over the top of the existing car, and get my position in, okay? One of the most invaluable tools you can get when you're doing a car is the Sharpie. Now, that's my way of doing it anyway. I'm sure there's lots of people out there got their own way of marking the shells up. I don't tend to do things the same as everyone else, but I do it the way I think works. So anyway, get your shell lined up. Make sure your wheels are lined up where you want them. And then you can see straight through. Mark your posts. And there is a reason I do it with a Sharpie. Obviously, it's a permanent marker. In case it's going to have film on it, so it doesn't matter. That way you can put your holes through without worrying too much. Okay, so now I've got that lined up, I'll cut them out. I can see already on this one that I'm probably going to need to widen my wheel arch around a bit to allow for the wheels rather than following the pre-cut line. So I'm just about to drill my holes. So I'm just going to turn you off for a second while I get my equipment. Right, so that's the edge of that cut out. I've done my little holes for my pins. I've literally just eye drilled them. I start off with a little pilot drill, then I use another bigger drill to go bigger. You can use the drilling tools that you buy. Some people melt them through. It's what works for you, to be quite honest with you. And for me, I just like to have a nice, neat hole drilled with a clean bit. So that's what I've done. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to cut the wheel arches out, and that is where the little curved scissors come in invaluable. If you can see, if I get in close there, the actual wheels are marked. It looks like a relatively good fit with this top. So I'm going to actually cut these out, see how it fits with these tops. So I'll speed the little cutting bit up again. If we do this one first, you'll see that using the actual shears, is a little bit quicker. That's that cut out. Simple when you're doing it with the pinches. I'll just cut the rest out and then I'll carry on. Before you paint the shell, you're going to need to mask off the areas that you don't want the paint to hit. Now, normally in your body shell case or bag, you'll find something like this, sticky sheet of paper, and you'll find that on there, the windows are actually already cut out and ready to mask up. So for instance, this is the windscreen. So pull that off, line it up, again on the inside. There is a knack to it. There is our windscreen marked off. Now I'm going to put the rest of these on the windows and then I'll show it to you. So straight away, that's all the windows covered. That's going to stop your paint spreading onto your window panes. Now we've cleaned it out, we've taken all the grease out. So one of the things we like to do, or I like to do, is steal from my children. And today I had stolen from my child, because I am an evil father, this. It's the Latte flake. Now what you do with this, give you a coat of Latte flake onto the inside of the case before you start painting, and everything will be sparkly, sparkly and lovely. So it's just like doing paint, 6 inches away, vertical. Right, as you can see, nothing in there. Okay, all that's going to do is basically make the paint metallic. So we'll let that dry off, and then what we'll do another couple of coats of paint. So what we're doing today is something a bit different. Okay, I got some black and I got some purple. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go purple light coat, black light coat, purple light coat, black light coat. So it's going to be like a well, I think it'll come out like a black with kind of almost like a pearlescent effect. But we'll see, shall we? See how it comes out. So just wait on a second. I'll give that 15 minutes. And then it'll be time to go. Right, so the gold lame's on there. So what we're going to go with next, we're going to go with this kind of purple. Not sure what this is going to do. I want to do the purple and the black, like I'm saying. Hopefully it does give me some sort of special effect. Not too fussed if it doesn't, because I'm going to be doing my sticker set onto it, which I'm printing on the printer, which you'll see printed coming up soon. So, here we have, check that's dry. That's been about 20 minutes to a half hour since I actually painted it. I said 15 minutes, but that's 20 minutes to half an hour on that one. Right, I've been shaking this for about 3 or 4 minutes. Didn't think you wanted to see me shaking my maracas on camera. Same again, 6 inches away. Keep it vertical. And the reason we keep the paint vertical is to stop splats and to stop liquids. Check everywhere that you actually got a nice even coat going on. Now, you might be able to see that. Yeah, you can see that on camera. So it's got like a pinky kind of purple effect to it, because it's one of these translucent paints. Right. Again, we're now going to let that dry off for 15 to 20 minutes. And I shall pause the video again and go off and do some other part of it. In fact, what I'll do while that's drying, I'll show you where we go next. Right. Right, hi guys, again. So here we are. We're in my print studio now. I've come back to my machine, and while the paint is drying on the extreme top, I've decided to show you this. Now, I use a program called Adobe Illustrator in my day-to-day life. I do graphic design and signage and that kind of stuff now. So what I've done, I've taken some photographs of the shell. I brought that up into Illustrator with the correct measurements and everything, and then I've laid a little design over it. I used to do this when I was designing real race cars back in the day. So, see what you think. So there's the computer. And on screen, you should see the design. So there you go. So what I've done, you can see that. So I think it looks pretty good. So I make my sticker setup in Adobe Illustrator. Then I convert it all so it's separate stickers. Once I've done that, I can then print them onto the machine, which you should see coming up now. While those are printing away, I'll get back and do another coat of paint. So if we look into the printer, we can see the design of the stickers is coming out now. I am a very lucky boy to have toys like this to play with. Obviously, not many people out there have got all this gear to be able to produce their own stickers. This is my company, DMS Graphics. Obviously, I sponsor the YouTube channel that I do for my own vanity. There you go. That's one of the sides there. Other side, no, same side. Going into the second side now. Right, so now we're using our vinyl cutter. It's the same sort of machine that you would use to cut vinyls for van graphics and things, and Blu-rays of course. And we're actually cutting around the printed elements that we've designed. Literally just an XY knife. It's going through. I've allowed extra bleed on there so that when it cuts around the shapes, you end up with a nice professional sticker. Done. So that's it all cut round. So it's printed, laminated and cut. Now it's back to the shell for the next coat of paint. Right, so that first layer of purple should be dry now. It's been about another half an hour. We've got a nice little bit of coverage on there. So it's time to hit it with the black. While we're at it, we'll do a little coat of purple on the wing. Right, so straight again, we hold her up straight. We do 6 inches away. We do light coats. Try and get a covering on everything. Obviously, it's not important to get a full covering on your first hit. But obviously, that is your light coat of black on top of the purple. Oh, it's looking sparkly under there. Not sure I'll be able to see any of the purple, but it's looking quite sparkly. But you won't tell how sparkly, of course, until I whip the top coating off. Okay, let's leave that 15-20 minutes. Give her another coat. As you can see, we had 2 coats of paint on there. It's giving it a nice thick covering in there, which is good. I'm glad I didn't have to put more paint on that because I like to put as little paint on it as possible. Now this bit is where the magic happens, because this, all you can really see is like the spark. You can't even see the sparkliness on there. But when I remove the film, So if you don't know, which you probably do if you're watching this video, all of these cars, when they've got a clear shell, come with a protective film over the top that you've got to peel off. Once you start peeling it off, you can actually see the effect of the paint. Well, that's pretty. It's kind of done exactly what I want it to do. You can see it shining there. You've actually got like the black and purple mixed together to make sort of a flip paint kind of mixture. Right, so the next step is to take off the masks from the windows. Now these masks, he says, should come off rather easy. But of course, they're not going to today. Here we go. So one. That's your mask off the window. It's becoming more like the race car it needs to be. The next step, you pick that up, that flip there. The next step will be the stickers on. Right, here we have our pre-designed, pre-printed, pre-cut sticker set that I did earlier. Now, as I said to you, I don't tend to do loads of different patterns with the paint. It's more for me where the stickers are. So let's have a play, shall we? So that's all like one lump. So I'm going to line it up on the bodywork where I want it. Kind of there. And I'm going to work that in. Make sure I get it into the grooves without creasing it all up. This stuff is pliable, so you can get it nice and smooth around the grooves. Don't be afraid to pull it back off again. If it doesn't go where you want it first time, pull it back off, start again. And grab yourself a scalpel and trim around. I'm going to put some more on it. I'll put the other side on there. So as you can see, it's hanging off at the side at the moment, but I shall put the other side on and get back to you. Right, so now the car is complete. This is what she looks like. So it's literally purple paint, black paint, flecked lame, and then vinyl stickers over the top to get the finished result. I think it looks pretty sweet. What do you reckon? If you like this video, like the video. If you really like the video, subscribe. Watch out for more from Fat Boys RC. Tomorrow's video will be putting in the motor on this car. I've been sent a motor from Shenzhen I've been given here, which is a 3000 kV censored motor with 148 amp ESC, which is Bluetooth programmable or censored. It's going to be great in this little touring car for around the track. The new Medway RC track is much bigger, so I'm going to need this kind of oomph to get round and hopefully be competitive. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you later.